A new 200 megapixel ultra night telephoto camera powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 with brand new AI features. This is the Honor Magic 8 Pro. I've been using it for a couple of months now and I've partnered with Honor to tell you all about my experience. Now to kick off with the unboxing, you get the device, there's a pack with a SIM card tool and a clear case, there's a USB Type-A to USB Type-C cable, and a 100-watt charger. Now this charger is not going to be included in all regions, so do check with your local retailer. And here it is. I've got it in the Sunrise Gold color, which has this interesting matte finish. It doesn't really attract any fingerprints at all, but it's also available in a Sky Cyan as well as a black. And overall, it is more compact compared to the Honor Magic 7 Pro. It is Honor's narrowest flagship, weighs as little as 213 grams, and the design language is similar to the Honor Magic 7 Pro. However, you will notice that we have a larger camera module, which we'll be talking about in a little bit. Now, I've always been a fan of Honor's symmetrical design, and you could literally put a line in the middle of this and it's going to be pretty much identical on both sides. And although we have a large camera module, I've said this before, but it actually acts as a nice rest on your finger when you're using the device. Another thing that I like about the Honor Magic 8 Pro design is that even though we have that larger camera module, it's not top heavy like other devices. It's actually perfectly balanced. So Honor have clearly put a lot of thought into making this. We've got 2.5D micro curved glass. So we've got a very subtle curve on the edges of the screen. Honor has been reducing the curves on their flagship devices over the past few years, and I think we've reached a perfect balance. We've got an IP68, an IP69, as well as an IP69K rating for water and dust resistance. This means that you've got protection against close range, high pressure, and high temperature water jets. I'm not sure why you'd be putting this under a water jet, but hey, if you wanted to, it's going to be fine. We've got Honor's nano crystal shield with 10 times drop resistance, and this has an SGS 5-star drop resistance certification. Now, I've personally not been dropping this over the time that I've been using it. I've actually been using it with the included case, and it also comes with the pre-applied screen protector. So mine is pretty much in perfect condition. Now I want to get straight into talking about the cameras because we've got a very impressive camera package here on the Honor Magic 8 Pro. So for the selfie camera, 50 megapixels with a 3D depth camera. So this gives you some amazing portraits. We'll be talking about the other sensors within this in a little bit, but of course the key highlights for the cameras are on the rear. So we have a 50 megapixel ultra wide camera, a 50 megapixel ultra night main camera, and a 200 megapixel ultra night telephoto camera. Let's break these down. Now, as expected, being an Honor device, we get excellent photos with lots of detail and dynamic range. The primary camera no longer has a dual aperture. This is something that I did like on previous generations, but Honor has really focused on the sensor size, the lenses, and stabilization. So the primary camera has a 1/1.3-inch sensor, and with Honor's AI image stabilization engine and AI ultra night engine, we get much better low light images. And this is also thanks to the stabilization. So we've got a SEPA 5.5 rating, and this means that you'll be able to get a longer shutter speed without adding blur to your images. And this is also carried over on to the 200 megapixel ultra night telephoto camera. And this is the largest 200 megapixel telephoto sensor in the industry. So not only does it have a large 1/1.4-inch sensor, a wide f2.6 aperture, as well as a new lens group structure, this also has a SEPA 5.5 rating, and stabilization is key when it comes to telephoto images. So this time we've got 3.7 times optical zoom up from 3 times zoom. This can be extended all the way to 100 times. Now, in my testing, the key thing that I've noticed is low light performance, especially from the telephoto camera. Here you can see some examples of the Honor Magic 7 Pro versus the Honor Magic 8 Pro. And you can really see how much more detail you get with the Honor Magic 8 Pro's telephoto camera. So the Honor Magic 8 Pro does have Honor's AI enhanced zoom. This is something that Honor were one of the first to introduce last year. And it works by using AI to enhance images that are at extended zoom levels. And as you can see, the results are absolutely insane. Now, granted, there is use of AI, so it's not exactly what the camera is capturing or what you're seeing, but look at the results. Now, AI enhanced zoom does need an internet connection. So if you are in the middle of nowhere and you don't have any data, it's not going to work. This is something that is on device on other devices, and it's something that I would have liked here on the Honor Magic 8 Pro. I hope they can introduce it on device with a software update. The telephoto camera is also amazing for portraits. We've got Honor's AI image portrait engine. This combines AI skin refinement, AI lighting restoration, as well as AI bokeh enhancement. And you can see some of the results here. We've got excellent portraits with amazing detail and a very natural looking shallow depth of field. Now, once you've taken your photos, you can use AI to enhance those images. So we've got some features which you would have seen on previous Honor devices like AI eraser, AI upscale, AI cutout, and AI outpainting. But one of the new AI features that we have here on the Honor Magic 8 Pro is AI Magic Color. Now, this is more than just a basic filter applied to your images. The Honor Magic 8 Pro uses AI to extract over 16 million colors, and then with advanced deep learning algorithms, applies these to your images. We've got 3 built-in presets: Romantic Blue, Golden Autumn, and Warm Sunset, but it also supports user-uploaded sample images. Now, let's talk a bit about the software. So, the Honor Magic 8 Pro comes with macOS 10 out of the box. This is powered by Android 16, and Honor has promised 7 years of software and security updates. This is amongst the longest software updates on Android, and it matches what we've got from Google and Samsung. And then we've got a whole range of new AI features, some of which I found myself using, others not so much. So, firstly, we've got this dedicated physical AI button on the bottom right-hand side. Now, yes, I know a lot of you guys are going to be saying in the comments, this is something we have seen on other devices before, but I do like Honor's implementation of this. So you can customize this for a single tap, a double tap, as well as a long press. By default, the double press will open the camera. And one thing that I do like is by half pressing it, it's gonna focus on to your subject. This is similar to a pro level camera. And then of course you can use it as a shutter button or to zoom in and out. Now, in terms of my experience, I've not found myself using this much for photos. And that's because when you're in landscape, it's quite on the inside. And when you're in portrait, it's a little bit too towards the bottom. Now, I understand why Honor has done this like other manufacturers, and that's to make it accessible for both landscape and portrait. But because of that, I've really not found myself using it. I think you have to really go for one or the other. But what I have found myself using this for is for some of the other AI features. So one of the cool AI features is AI screen suggestions. So this is context aware, and when you press this, it's going to analyze what's on the display and make relevant suggestions. So if you're on a web page with lots of text, using the AI screen suggestion, you're going to be able to summarize what's on there. If you have an image open, then you can use the AI Photos agent, and this will give you a bunch of suggestions to edit your images using AI. There's also the AI Settings agent, which lets you easily control system settings so you don't have to go through pages and pages. And there is AI deepfake detection as well as AI voice cloning detection. This will prevent you from getting catfished because the Honor Magic 8 Pro will be able to detect use of AI and alert you. So those are just some of the highlights of the Honor AI features, but of course, we do get Google Gemini too. And the Honor Magic 8 Pro comes with 3 months free of Google AI Pro. So this is the highest level of access. So it's going to come with VO3 Nano Banana as well as 2 terabytes of cloud storage. Now let's talk about performance. And this is one of the fastest smartphones in the world right now, and it's powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. Now the 8 Elite last year was already very fast, but the Gen 5 gives you up to a 20% increase in CPU performance, up to a 23% increase in GPU performance, and up to a 37% increase in NPU performance. And it has up to 35% less power consumption. Now, the Honor Magic 8 Pro also has the industry's first AI super resolution and frame interpolation technology, which gives you smoother graphics and more fluid motion when gaming. So as expected, the Honor Magic 8 Pro has amazing performance, and I've had no issues with it over the past couple of months, and it's great for gaming, even though it's not a dedicated gaming smartphone. Now for the battery. So you're going to have a different size battery based on your region. If you're lucky enough to get the global version of this, you're going to get a massive 7,100 milliamp hour silicon carbon battery. That's the version that I've been testing, and this is easily a 2-day phone. It's so hard to kill this thing. But if you get this in Europe and some other regions, then you will get a smaller but still pretty large 6,270 milliamp hour silicon carbon battery. Now, this is apparently because of certification standards and component sourcing, so I don't fully understand the logistics of that. But nevertheless, even with the 6,270 milliamp hour battery, you're going to be getting at least 1.5 days on this. That's also thanks to the AI power management on the Honor Magic 8 Pro. And we, of course, do get very fast charging. So 100 watts of Honor SuperCharge is supported. That's going to give you around 100% in just 48 minutes. And we also have 80 watts of wireless Honor SuperCharge. Now, in my personal experience, just because of how good the battery life has been on the Honor Magic 8 Pro, I can just throw it on a charger overnight every other day and just not have to worry about it. And this brings me on to the display, because the Honor Magic 8 Pro probably has the most comfortable display in the market. So it's 6.71 inches, uses OLED technology. We've got tiny bezels with up to a 120 Hz refresh rate using LTPO technology. And this display can get very bright, up to 6,000 nits. But most importantly, this is an Honor AI eye comfort display with 4,320 Hz PWM dimming. The brightness goes down all the way to 1 nit, and it has the industry's first professional grade ambient light detection. So 20,000 Hz of ultra high sampling for flicker detection. It's also the industry's first device to receive the TÜV Rheinland Full Care Display 5.0 certification. All of that means that this is one of the best displays out there when it comes to eye comfort. If you're somebody who likes being on your phone when you're in bed, as pretty much everybody does, this is going to be so easy on the eyes. Now, at the top of the display, you'll notice this pill-shaped cutout, and that's because we have a 3D time of flight sensor here. And the Honor Magic 8 Pro has an industry-exclusive dual 3D biometric security unlock. So we've got 3D facial unlock as well as a 3D ultrasonic fingerprint scanner. Now, yes, lots of other Android devices have a 3D ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, but if they have facial unlock, it's just using the selfie camera, which is not very secure. On the Honor Magic 8 Pro, we do get very secure 3D facial unlock, and that means that you can use that on your day-to-day, but for times when you are in bed and your face is halfway in the pillow, you can just simply use the 3D ultrasonic fingerprint scanner. This is something that I absolutely love, and when I'm testing my next device, I'm really going to miss this. For the speakers, we've got stereo speakers with Honor's surround subwoofer. So we've got dual 1216 speakers with an 8cc industry-leading sound chamber and 0.8mm industry-leading amplitude. This combined with Honor's AI spatial audio algorithm gives you amazing sound. I'd say these are some of the best speakers on a smartphone. Have a listen. Now for connectivity, we've got Wi-Fi 7, and there's a 15% Wi-Fi performance improvement as well as an 18% cellular performance improvement. In my usage, this has been absolutely fine. Bluetooth 6.0 and file transfer is supported with iOS, Android, as well as Windows. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have already heard that AirDrop is coming to Android, but with one-tap share, Honor offers way more. You can easily connect this to either your Mac or your Windows PC. You can mirror your screen and easily transfer files. But if you're somebody who carries 2 phones like I do, then you can also have notification sharing with your iPhone as well as your Apple Watch. Now, finally, for pricing. So as always, Honor hasn't given me the pricing as yet. They like to keep this for the announcement. But what I can tell you is that Honor has some great pre-order offers. So if you check out the link down in the description below, you will get the best price with the best offers for the Honor Magic 8 Pro. And that is the Honor Magic 8 Pro, one of the first devices to release in 2026, and it really does set the bar for comparisons down the line. What do you guys think of the Honor Magic 8 Pro? Drop me a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then do smash that like button for me. And if you want to see more videos like this, then do consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.